morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you listen to this, this is Tanks and Tutties, brought to you by Tubbs and Franke. Let's get into it. Welcome back, episode 45. Not so sure about that intro. That was an interesting one. Don't know if that one will be coming back.
You cease to amaze me every week with these intros.
Dude, it's funny, too, because I don't think of it until about 2 minutes before we record, but it's all good. That's why they're never special, because it's just the first thing I think of. Like, I made that voice when we were talking, and I said, I'm going to do it. So, I hope it turns out good. Normal episode this week, nothing really crazy. I know I say this a lot. It'll probably be short, but it probably won't. You know, I say it every week, and then it never is. So, let's get straight into it,
We're a bunch of guys that like
though.
to talk. There's no chance we'll ever get a short episode.
Yeah, I know. I think we had one. It was like 45 minutes right when NFL. It was the week after we wrapped up NFL, and it was short. MLB hadn't started yet, so.
Yeah.
But, hey, how was your weekend, man?
My weekend was pretty, I don't want to say like crazy, like in a bad way. I just did a lot this weekend. I kind of like last minute decided that I was going to go home to Wisconsin. I think it was like Wednesday night I decided that I was going to go home. Paige and I just wanted to...
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
We just decided that we wanted to... Jesus.
Sorry.
We decided that we wanted to take some stuff... What?
You know that Vine, right?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Anyways, we decided that we wanted to take some stuff back to my house that we weren't going to need when we move to Memphis here in like 6 weeks. And we figured that we're not going to have a lot of time to like see family and stuff like that. So we decided to just go back and see grandparents, kind of hang out for the weekend, take some stuff back that we didn't need. So I left here in Grand Rapids on Saturday morning at approximately 4:15 a.m. and drove home 5 hours. Got to Wisconsin at about 8:15 in the morning because there's a time change.
Damn.
And then slept for about 2 more hours. I did sleep a little bit before driving. Slept for about 2 hours and then got up and went to watch my college club baseball team that was actually playing in a city about 15 minutes away from my hometown as they were in regionals. So went and watched them. They lost. And then just kind of hung out with my grandparents for the day. Saturday, we went out to dinner. I watched the Kentucky Derby while we were at dinner on my phone, even though I had no money on it. And then Sunday, basically went and visited my other set of grandparents, got fitted for a wedding that I'm going to be in. Not my own, just a wedding that I'm standing in. And then drove home Sunday night. So yeah, it was a quick, say about 32-hour trip, just there and back. It was very tiring, but we made it. It was a good weekend. How about you?
My weekend was a fucking blast. Friday, went up to West Branch for there's a bowling tournament. I left Friday night after work about 4 o'clock. I think I left. I got there at about 6:30. Everybody else took the day off of work, so I was expecting to get there. And then we were staying in a tent, which was interesting to say the least. I thought they'd all be there set up, ready to go, and I get there, and nobody was there. So I'm like, well, what the fuck? Everybody went golfing on the way up, so now I'm there, no tent. I bought some little bullshit tent, but my buddy had an 8-person, so I was like, I'm not even going to set this up. So I went to Applebee's alone, grabbed a beer and a burger, and then Friday night we just kind of drank, had fun. Once they showed up, they met me at Applebee's, and we got everything set up. But we didn't have a space heater, and being in a tent, you wake up a little bit cold. So I woke up, it was about 45 degrees outside. I was absolutely shivering. Luckily, I had to poop. So I went to the community bathroom there, which was heated, and I sat in there for about a half hour to warm up. No, I did not poop that whole time. But then
I was going to say.
No, it wasn't a 30-minute poop. But we woke up, I think we went and got McDonald's, and then we were golfing. We golfed 9 holes in the morning. Then we bowled 3 games at noon. I ran into 2 guys that I bowled in college with randomly. Didn't even know they'd be there. That was hilarious. And then we bowled again at 7. And then, just typical camping stuff. Got drunk, had a fire, made some hot dogs late at night. Anything other eventful? Nothing really eventful, man. I just drank, had a good time. And then, Sunday we woke up about 8 o'clock. I got woken up by thunder and lightning, which is interesting being in a tent.
I'm sure.
Looked at the radar, didn't even know it was supposed to rain, and so we kind of just sat in the tent for about an hour. It lightened up, and we packed it up. For about half hour, we were dry, and then it started raining again, and I said, fuck it, let's just pack it up and get out of here. So all of our tents were wet, which sucked. But we got it packed up, headed home, just kind of laid around, played a little Xbox on Sunday, and then here we are. So highly recommend tenting, though. It was a good time. I had an air mattress. Really felt like I was roughing it, even though I did have LTE. But I recommend looking at the weather before and maybe think about packing up a little bit before it's going to rain in the morning. That would have been smart. So, but let's get into the show.
I was going to say, I don't think I've ever had a hot dog over a fire, to be honest with you.
I literally had my first one over the weekend. It was awesome. I know it's super common, but it was fun. I got to make it.
I'm used to doing s'mores and stuff, but a hot dog, I don't know if I've ever done.
Nope, and it was.
You ever?
It was good. I was drunk too, so you know how that is when you're drunk and you eat.
Oh, a drunk dog hits different.
Yep, and I made it myself. Felt like a real.
Have you ever done pudgy pies over the fire?
I have never had a pudgy pie, but what is it? Maybe I call it something different.
So it's like a hot dog stick, but it's got 2, and you put bread on the inside, and then whatever you want to fill it with, and then you close it shut and just basically put it in the coals and let it
that's
heat
not
up.
A pudgy pie. That's a hobo pie.
Yeah, we call it a pudgy pie, but
okay, I've had those.
Same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
My parents have those, and we used to we did hobo pies. And then we also did, was a hobo pie the pizza version? We used to do pizzas in them, and we did like pies.
Fruit? Yeah.
Yeah, so bread, and then we would do blueberries or strawberries. And then we did pizzas once. I think the hobo pie is strawberry blueberries. Or what'd you call it, a pudgy pie?
Yeah, a pudgy pie.
That's interesting.
I don't know why it's called that. That's just what I have grown up knowing it as, so.
Gotcha. But yeah, my one buddy bought an 8-person tent, so he wants to go a lot more. So we're going to try to do a little rafting trip later this summer, too. Go and stay at a little camp. Camping's cheap as fuck, dude. It was $25 for the site for the night. We split it 3 ways. I paid $8.
As long as you don't need hookups, it's cheap.
No, we had electric. We had electric and water, and it was $25. It was also in West Branch, which is kind of middle of nowhere, but who knows? Maybe other places are more expensive. I don't know. Not a big camper. I go to the same spot every time, but... Locks and long shots. Let's get into it. I was trash again last week. I took the Oilers money line against the Knights on Wednesday. They lost. And then they won, and then the Knights just won last night. So that series is 2-1. They're flip-flopping right now. This week we're taking the Maple Leafs on the money line against the Panthers tomorrow, or Wednesday. Today you're listening to it. They're down 3-0. They're not going to get swept. They're going to win this game. They're minus 125. Go ahead and take the money line. Go ahead and put your mortgage on it if you want. It'll pay the mortgage. You're cool. Don't actually do that. I would never actually suggest that, but I am supremely confident in this play. They're not going to get swept. Long shots. Took the Devils' money line last week against the Hurricanes. I believe they lost 6-1, so not even close on that. Oh, records. 30-24 on the locks, 15-35 on the long shots. This week, my long shot, I'm taking the Oilers minus 1.5 against the Knights on Wednesday. First of all, they're flip-flopping. And they're blowouts every time. So I like the Oilers here. They're going to win the game. I think they win by 2 at plus 135. It's worth a sprinkle. So
do you have a reason for why you think they're going to win?
Because of the flip-flopping. I'm gonna bank on the flip-flop until it stops.
So
the Knights won game 1, the Oilers won game 2, the Knights won game 3, the Oilers are going to win game 4.
Okay, that's fair. I was actually going to somewhat agree with you. But you haven't mentioned it yet. The goalie injuries. I don't know if you saw this.
I did. Yeah. I watched
last night's game. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was weird.
What's his name? He's done.
Is it Brousseau?
It's like Brousseau or something like that. I don't exactly know how to pronounce it because I'm pretty sure he's Canadian.
Did they announce what the injury is?
It looked like a hip injury. That's what they're saying because he's had lower body injuries in the past and he had hip surgery or something like that already. So I would assume that's what it is. But yeah, he's probably done. I'm quite interested to see what happens if Jonathan Quick gets a chance. So if so, that would be fun. But yeah, I'm a little worried.
Did you see, before we get into your locks and long shots, so I watched the game last night. Not the whole game, the first period and a little bit of the second. But I saw Brousseau get hurt. Definitely a hip. I thought it was his groin maybe, but if he had a hip injury before, I wouldn't doubt that he re-injured it.
When it first happened, I thought he got like concussed and knocked out or something, just the way he fell to the ice.
I thought a stick hit him, or I was like, what the fuck? Did somebody just take a whack at him? But at the end of the first period, Evander Kane, did you see that?
That dude's that dude's up.
What the hell happened? Dude, he
made a comment
if you didn't see
after.
Hang on. If you didn't see it, one of the Knights players had it in their own zone, 4 or 5 seconds left in the period. The Knights were on the power play. Yeah, Knights were on the power play. So the Oilers, you could tell the Knights were going to hold it. 4 of the 5 on the ice are skating towards the bench because it's the end of the period. Evander Kane, out of nowhere, sprints full speed towards Pietrangelo and cross-checks to the head. Out of nowhere. The clip when they looked behind Pietrangelo and you could see him just start to full skate, it's like, what are you doing? So he got a 2-minute, I think he got a 2-minute minor there. But it's just, what the fuck clicked in your head where you were like, I got to attack this guy?
Well, and it was just like, it was so dumb because the Knights had just gone up, I think 2-1 at that point at the end of the first. And then they're going into the second period with a full power play, which is how they had scored one of their 2 goals already. And the Oilers are known for being so good on their power play, and they were just being absolutely dumb last night and getting penalties and just leaving the Knights all these power plays. But yeah, it was, I don't know if you saw, there was a clip, it was either after game 1 or game 2, that Evander Kane, I don't know what happened, but he dropped the fuck around and find out line, and then this happened. So I never was a fan of Evander Kane since he was a Shark, and just say he's a scumbag now. So probably going to continue. I would assume the series is just continue to be chippy because it's close and everything. But yeah, I actually, with the injury and the games being so tight and everything, I'm going to actually jump right into my long shots because I'm going to take the Knights series score, Knights to win the series 4-3. So it's going to go 7 games plus 350. I still have a bunch open. The Knights series money line at plus 130, and then a couple baseball ones. Welcome back. I don't know if you heard any of that. No. Oh, he can't hear and speak. So, anyways, I had the Kentucky Derby picks last week. I had Tapit Trice plus 500. I had Verifying at plus 1,800, Dermis Odgake at plus 1,000, and then King Russell at plus 8,000. For anyone that doesn't know, a lot of the horses there was like 5 horses that were withdrawn or injured or honestly actually died before this race on Saturday. Mage ended up winning the race at, I believe, 24-1 odds. 25-1, something like that. Oh, sorry, 15-1. We were not close on any of these. Dermis Odgake came in 6th. That was my highest horse at plus 1,000, I believe. Then we had Tapit Trice right behind him at 7. And King Russell at 15th. And then Verifying at 16th. So we were not close on any of these. Can you hear me now? He cannot hear me. No. Anyways, so long shots are 4-25. I think Jake counted the Derby ones. Not sure. Like I said, this week I'm taking the Knights series score 4-3, so that's going to go 7. And then I'm also taking the Sixers Celtics. I have an exact game outcome. I found this on DraftKings. It is plus 275. So what needs to happen is we already have the first 4 games. Philly won game 1, Boston game 1, 2, and game 3, and then Philly won game 4. I think this series is also going 7 games. So I have Boston winning game 5, Philly winning game 6, and Boston winning game 7. That is plus 275. It has to happen exactly like that for this to cash. Little tricky, but like I said, this game has been a lot like the night series. It's been back and forth. So I do think this goes 7. And, I mean, that would give Boston 2 wins at home and Philly a win at home. So I think that's how that one's going to go. For my locks, we are 12-8-1. Tough loss last week. We had the Twins to win their series against the White Sox. That loss, the White Sox ended up winning 2 of the 3 games in extra innings after coming off of like a 10-game losing streak, so I'm not really sure what happened there. This week, though, like I said, I think the Sixers and Celtics series goes 7. So you can get the Sixers series spread at plus 1.5 on, I found it on DraftKings. It's minus 165. I just don't see this game not going, or I don't see the series not going 7 games. So if it is 7 games, then it has to finish at plus 1.5, which is why it's minus 165. Welcome back.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, so my fucking computer like took a huge shit, but I think we're back now. I hope you covered that.
I was just discussing my locks and long shots. I don't know. I mean, was it still recording that entire time?
So the recording stopped, but I was able to save it, and I'm recording again now, so we might just have to do some crazy editing. But holy shit, I wish you could have seen what happened. It was just ding, 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 and my screen was flashing.
Jesus. Anyways,
Dude,
I talked about...
Yeah, go ahead. We're recording now.
Well, so I talked about the Derby. Just said that none of our horses were close. But a bunch of horses got either scratched a couple days before. I don't know if you heard, but like 3 horses died.
What?
Yeah, it was pretty ugly. But a bunch of horses got scratched. Remember how I said never to take the favorite? The favorite got scratched the morning of the race because of a bruised right foot. So that happened. I said I'm taking the Knights to win the series 4-3 at plus 350. I have the Sixers plus 1.5 in their series because I think that's going 7. And then for the Sixers Celtics exact game outcome at plus 275. So I need Boston to win game 5, Philly to win game 6, and Boston to win game 7.
Fair
and
enough.
it's plus
I like those.
275. So
wait, so horses died? I didn't see this.
yeah, I guess I didn't read into it too much, but there was like 5 or 6 horses that were scratched before the Derby, because usually it's like a 25 horse race or something like that, and it was only 18. And throughout the week, like a bunch of horses got scratched, and I'm pretty sure some died. Let me verify. Horses 2023 died. So
7 horses
yeah.
died.
Yep, 7 horses have died this week at the Kentucky Derby.
What the
Not sure how many of them are actually... Well, okay, yeah, so I saw this one. One of the horses had to be put down because they fell and was too injured. And basically, if you don't know about horses, if they take a bad enough fall, there's no recovering. You kind of just have to put them down. So that happened. But yeah, apparently 7 horses died this week at the Derby. And it's like, I don't know how many of them were actually in the main race. But, I mean, not great. Not a good look.
Yeah, so this says that...
Are you reading the CNN one that I'm reading? Yeah. It was... No, because some were in the smaller races. Yeah. Our closest horse finished sixth, though, with Derma Sotogake.
And I'm back. Blah, da, 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 da. God damn, dude. Anyways, this is going to be a shitty episode, but whatever. Let's just keep it rolling. So horse is dead at the Derby. Don't know how much you caught of me, mostly Austin, but let's get into baseball now, and hopefully we have a good rest of the show. Tigers, hottest team in baseball.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. I bet against them last night.
They are on a tear right now. They're 7-3 in their last 10. They just controlled the series in St. Louis. They beat the Guardians last night. But they got to face Shane Bieber tonight, so I think they'll lose.
You're just saying that for fantasy, but...
Yep, I need Shane Bieber to put up some stats. My team's looking good in fantasy right now, though.
Must be nice.
On Saturday, my uncle was in St. Louis for the games this week. And he was there on Saturday. We were watching it after bowling. It was 3-0. I had some drinks in me. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take the Tigers live. Plus 475. No big deal. They came back and won it in extras. That was pretty fun. And then I decided to also parlay that with the Warriors money line on Saturday. They lost by 30. So still profited. Could have been a lot more if I just didn't do that parlay. But it is what it is, you know. How about this Willson Contreras story? Tell me about that.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, the Cardinals invested very heavily in a catcher this year by the name of Willson Contreras, coming over from the Cubs. Obviously, a lot of people know him. They paid him 5 years, $87.5 million. They've just decided that he's not going to catch for them for the foreseeable future because apparently they've been so stuck up and they've been gifted Yadier Molina over the past decade and a half, however long it was. And I guess the pitchers don't like his catching. The management does not like his catching. He's statistically one of the worst framing catchers in the entire league. So that also doesn't help. So a story came out that he was going to play outfield, which kind of crazy considering he can't play catcher. So why would you put him in the outfield? And then front office denied that and said, no, he's just going to DH. So the guy that you now paid $87.5 million to catch and be your everyday catcher is now only going to hit and never play defense for you until he learns the Cardinal way and is presumably as good, if not better, which is never going to happen, than Yadier Molina was in his time with the Cardinals. So now they're going...
It's one of those...
What?
It's one of those where you don't know what you got.
Yeah, so I guess they're now going to use Andrew Nitzner, who is a career OPS plus hitter of 62. I don't know if you remember my whole OPS plus rant a while back, but 100 is league average, so he is absolutely horrible. And he's hitting 156 this year. Their other option is Jose Barrera, who has an OPS plus of 79, so really not much better. But I guess they're better catchers than Willson Contreras, which doesn't make any sense. All in all, the Cardinals are a complete disaster. They sent down Jordan Walker, their top prospect, when he was doing okay. Obviously, he was struggling, but he's a rookie, so he's going to struggle. They're also like over 10 games under 500. I don't have the record up right now, but for a team that made the playoffs last year to now be, they are
2-8 in their last 10.
They are 12-24, and they are in fifth place in the NL Central, the absolute wagon NL Central. Yeah, the Cardinals look like shit. There's been stuff going on with Oliver Marmol, their manager, and just how he's kind of handled things. Doesn't look good. The front office is a disaster. Their pitching staff is a disaster. The Cardinals might honestly be the biggest collapse of the season if things don't change. I really think that their manager might be fired before we get to the end of the season, and maybe their GM. I don't know. They never should have gotten rid of Mike Schultz or, well, I guess Mike Schultz was their manager last year, but yeah, Cardinals are a disaster. So.
And you put in Liam Hendricks is back? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so he officially was cleared of cancer. I believe, I'm looking right now, I believe he's set to start a minor league rehab assignment. Let's see. Yes, so he is nearing his return after his battle with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And he did have an appearance in AAA Charlotte on Friday night. So he is back.
Nice. That's cool.
So that's a cool
I'm
story.
fantasy now.
Otherwise, I kind of focused on the Central a lot, as you can tell, this week. Pirates might not be as good as we thought. They are still first in the NL Central. They're 3-7 in their last 10, though. They had to play some tough teams this week. They got swept by the Blue Jays and the Rays, both in 3-game series. I shouldn't say none of their games was close. Their one close game was against the Rays. They lost 3-2. Otherwise, everything they got absolutely blown out. They also lost to the Nationals 7-2 once in their 7-game losing streak last week. Honestly, I think this is what we should expect. The Pirates are going to beat bad teams, and they're probably not going to beat good teams. They might compete every once in a while, but at the end of the day, they're probably going to end up as a close to 500 ball club. And although it was exciting, I don't think we should expect much more from the Pirates for very long. Although they do have some interesting prospects coming up, so maybe we'll see something. I don't know. The Brewers, unfortunately, are sliding. We talked a little bit about them the last couple weeks and just kind of how they've been hot and cold. They went through a cold streak last week. We got swept by the Rockies and lost 2-3 to the Giants. I will say we're heating up again.
I was just going to say they beat the
Dodgers last night 9-3. We beat the Giants before that 7-3. We just couldn't hit the ball for like a week straight. And apparently the bats came alive yesterday. We won't talk about that series that happened at the beginning of last week with the Brewers and the Tigers.
Did the Tigers sweep
No. They took 2 of 3.
They lost one, didn't they?
They won 4-2, 4-3, and then the
that.
Brewers won 6-2 the third game. But yeah, Brewers are kind of back and forth right now. I'm hoping that the injuries are going to clear up here and they kind of start to get back to what they were at the beginning of the year. I will say I'm excited because we've been playing better than 500 baseball, and Brandon Woodruff, one of our top 2 pitchers, has been out for the last, we got to be close to a month now. And Adrian Hauser hasn't been with the squad, and now Garrett Mitchell's probably done for the year. So the fact that we've been playing pretty decent baseball with these injuries, I'm hoping once we're fully healthy. I think if St. Louis really plays this bad for the entire year, I think it should be a walk in the park that we win the Central.
I was just going to say, if St. Louis does not figure it out, it's your division to lose. Because guess what? The Pirates are going to fizzle out. The Cubs.
I was going to say, I think the Cubs would
out.
probably be buyers and make enough moves to compete. I don't know. I don't know if it would be enough.
With the Brewers pitching, though, they should be.
And all it takes is a couple moves for, like, we have money. It's not like we're spending a shit ton this year. So I think if we make the right moves, this team could be very competitive.
There you go. All right. Well, that's your baseball talk. We'll have next week. We're going to do NHL and NBA, kind of just playoff mini recap. Should have the conference finals next week starting to start up. So we're going to do our little recaps there. I know we haven't even really talked about it, but we're going to clear some space in the schedule for it. little bit of NFL news today. The Bills punter Matt Ariza,
The punt god.
former Bills punter. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, punt god. So last year, if you didn't see it, there was some rape allegations. He was found, or he was cut immediately because it was a tough look. But it came out today that he was not at the party where the rape allegations were made, and it's just a shitty situation that exists. False claims, is what I'm saying. I don't think he'll ever play, though. Do you think a team will ever sign him?
I do.
You do?
I just think after... I mean, the Bills used like a third-round pick on him, I think it was. And he was the greatest punter to come out of college, basically ever. And he won all these awards. And I don't know, for it to come out that he wasn't even there and was just not involved whatsoever, I think that he's probably going to be signed pretty quickly, because the odds that he wasn't like working out and like knowing him, like if you know for a fact that like you weren't there and all this is coming up, like I would think you're probably going to stay in shape and continue training knowing that, okay, once this gets cleared, I'm going to have a second shot. I need to be ready for it. So, I mean,
that is true. I could see. Well, and he's completely innocent. He was not
exactly.
there. It's not even one of those like, oh, it was consensual. He just wasn't even there. So
yeah, so I think
it'll be interesting to see what comes of that, and if he gets.
Yeah, I'd like to see him back in the league because he was awesome to watch. I won't use my favorite word, but he was exciting. He was ecstatic. No, ecstatic's not the word. He was just awesome to watch, and he hit bombs. He made special teams fun, which I didn't know was possible. So
right.
It's like Marquette King. Like Marquette King was a beast of a punter and just was awesome to watch.
Yeah, he fell off the face of there too, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he got old, but so yeah, I'd love to see another guy like this, and he's just a pure athlete. So I'd like to see him back in the game, and hopefully we get to soon.
All right, let's get into the fun stuff then. Let's start with Guess Who. We can do mine first. I want you to just throw out a guess right there. You're obviously looking at a college football player. So what do you think? Any guess?
All I see is rushing, receiving, and scrimmage. I don't see stats.
Yep. So throw out a pick.
Okay.
For rushing and receiving.
So it's a running back, Jonathan Taylor.
You are correct.
What the hell? I didn't even see numbers.
Oh, man. I'm very impressed. I knew that was a risky one there, but I wanted to have you throw out a pick.
I mean, you told me a college running back. The first thing I'm going to think of is a Wisconsin guy.
Yep. I mean, hey, great guess.
Wow.
Great guess. Congratulations. The fastest guess who ever.
I was wondering why he didn't have 2020 stats, and then I remembered that was COVID. So.
Yep. I was going to throw you off. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have had you guess. Maybe I should have had you look at the stats, but hey, shows you need to take chances.
Interesting.
Let me know when you're good, by the way. I'm currently, by the way, with all these technical difficulties that if you made it this far in the episode, you probably heard. I currently have to scroll along with my recording so that it doesn't get slowed down. It's not auto-scrolling. So I'm bouncing between our Google Doc and the recording, and it's pissing me off, and I'm so frustrated with it. But Jesus, I need to figure something out. Anyways, are you ready? Should I go back and look?
Yeah, you can go back. You're going to have to zoom in because it's a big one.
Okay.
There's a lot of stats.
Let's zoom in. Zoom. There we go. And scroll.
So, as you can see, is a pitcher.
I'm looking at
a very long career.
Rookie of the Year. All-Star. Is CYA, is that Cy Young Award?
Yes.
3 Cy Youngs. Let's throw out, I'll throw out Clayton Kershaw.
No, close. Let's give you
3 Cy Youngs. Oh, shit.
I'll give you all the way up to innings pitched, so he gets to see innings pitched for the entire career.
That is a long career. Looks like he's done, though, so I don't think this is a current player.
That would be correct.
Don't tell me, though.
Well, sorry.
Well, don't tell me, I just said. Mother bitch. So he's done.
I'm going to give you one more just to surprise you here.
Okay. He had some saves. Oh. Well, that confuses me more.
This actually should narrow it pretty well.
Would this happen to be... I don't want to throw out a guess that's... I'm just gonna fucking say it. Roy Halladay.
No. I'm going to give you...
Damn. He did have some saves, so...
Whoa.
For anybody that's like, ooh.
I don't know what just happened there.
All right, I'm not looking. Let me know when I can. I got to deal with this fucking stupid recording software. I got to figure something out. GarageBand sucks.
All right.
All my homes
You're
hate
good.
GarageBand. All right. Bunch of wins. Low ER. Wow, 1.9 ER.
I'm going to give you yours.
See, I feel like you're doing baseball to fuck with me because you know I don't know my baseball players very well.
I'm not trying to.
Oh, Vita Blue. How about that?
No, that's a good guess, but no.
No, damn, I thought you did. R.I.P. He died last week. That's baseball news. Ended in 2009. Oh, this could be... Nope, he definitely had an MVP. The not having an MVP thing throws me off because I feel like I'm discrediting a lot of the
He should have. I'll give you number. It's
Let's throw out...
Okay, so... Number 45 in honor of today's episode. Not sure if that helps.
Number 45. I don't think it does.
All right.
What number did Randy Johnson wear?
99, I think.
No.
I don't know.
No, he didn't.
Ready?
Well, I was honestly thinking Randy Johnson, but I'll throw that out as a guess. Randy Johnson.
So you get the teams and league and age here. So you see, started with the Dodgers, went to the Expos, then with Boston for a really long time, then with the Mets, and finished with a year with Philly.
Why am I not getting this?
I'm honestly not sure. Think.
Dodgers for 2 years. Then he went over to Montreal. Montreal pitchers. Went to Boston. Oh, it's Pedro.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I was like, holy cow.
All right. Sorry about that one, folks. That would have been a good guess on the Cy Youngs, too. Baseball's not my forte.
Apparently, yeah.
Glad I got it, though. I'm glad I got it, though. I was also trying to cheat because in the bottom left, there's a URL, and I thought it had the player name.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, but it's not. It's last first.
Yep.
Okay. I kept thinking the whole time, I'm like, Martin Perez? I'm like, is that even a person?
Yeah, Martin Perez pitches for the Rangers.
Yeah, but he's pitching right now, is what I'm saying. All right. Well, we got it. We got there eventually. All right. Let's do top 5. I need to zoom out my damn thing now. I can't even breathe. It's so zoomed in. It's like my grandma when she's showing me her phone at Christmas. Can you look at this, Jake? Today's top 5 is the top 5 things we say. So this can be the way. So we ranked it. Each list is for the other person. So mine's for Frankie. His is for me. Just words we might say too much, or I had a couple on here. Frankie kind of says I'm funny. So I'm going to start. Number 5. This is something you say funny. I went with bag.
It's bag.
Okay, stop. Now you're trying to... When I first met Frankie, right?
It's a bag.
Within the first couple months, he had to say bag. And the way he says it, his accent's kind of gone now, but it used to be big. He'd say bag. So that's my number 5.
You think I say things weird now? Just wait till I live in Tennessee for a while.
I know. I'm wondering if you are going to pick up a little accent.
I already have started to say y'all quite a bit. I'm not going to lie.
Nice. Maybe we can do this list again in a year, and I can throw y'all on there.
Yeah.
Your number 5.
My number 5, something that I say. Are we doing this for ourselves or for like each other.
For each other.
So, things you say weird. Hobo pies. I just came up with that one. They're called pudgy pies, by the way. I thought I should throw that one on there.
What a callback. Fair enough. I mean, you say pudgy pie, I say hobo pie. So, it's also things we say too much, by the way. So, I think there's a very clear number one
for both of us, yeah.
But I could be wrong. I think we're right. So, okay. All right. Your number 4, very tied into number 5. Something you say also weird is bagel.
It's the same word almost, of course.
Almost. Say it, though.
Bagel?
Yeah. One more time.
It's a bagel.
Bagel. It's a bagel.
A bagel.
Bagel.
I don't see the difference.
You're saying bagel.
Okay.
All right, you're number 4. Everybody else will hear it. I'm gonna play this for Sid. See what she thinks.
Things. You say.
Did you do your list wrong and you're doing it live?
What?
Did you do your list wrong and you're doing it live currently?
Kind of. Okay. I think you say bro a lot.
It's fair enough. I think so too.
Yeah.
Your number 3. Your number 3 and 2 also tied together, but a lot of times you'll say, "Did you see blank? Did you see Vita Blue died? Did you see what's going on with Willson Contreras? Did you see this person's post? Did you see this? Did you see that?" Not complaining, it's just.
I was gonna say, you feel like Paige now. Jeez.
Nope, not complaining. I do appreciate. Although most times you ask me that, I have seen it, and then it's kind of like you still explain it, even though I just told you I did see it.
So is this becoming a roast or?
No, I don't think. I'm not trying to roast you, but it kind of is becoming one. You're number 3.
Number 3, words you say a lot. Tank.
Yep.
Just explaining yourself.
Goddamn
explaining tank. Other things, the way things look, the way things are. Tank.
Yep. I feel like a tank. Yep. I'm okay with that one. I like that one there. You're number 2, bro.
All right.
Because you also, every time you say, "Did you see?" you say, "Bro, did you see?" or "Bro." Or the one thing I do like about bro, though, is that I can tell your emotion when you say it. If you're like, "Bro, something crazy happened." If you're like, "Bro," then it's like a quick something.
That's my number 2, right?
Yeah, that was 2 for you.
I'm surprised dude didn't make it, because I say dude a lot, too.
Yep, I agree. I left it in honorable mentions, though. I thought I had to throw bag and bagel on there.
Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
So you say...
I hope it's not...
I gotta take a shit.
I hope it's not fucked up.
A lot. We'll be getting ready to record. Yeah, I just gotta go take a shit real quick, and then I'll be back. We finished recording? Yeah, bro, I gotta go take a shit. I'll be right back. Playing Xbox. Yeah, bro, gotta go take a shit. I'll be right back.
Dude, I
Jake
poop
shits
a lot.
a lot.
I don't know. Everybody gives me shit for it. It's like... That is true. It's funny. I knew today as soon as you were like, "Oh, when can you record?" I was literally about to leave my office, and I was like, "I gotta poop, but I want to do it at home." So I was like,
he'll text me.
I'll be on after I poop.
Yeah, I gotta take a poop, and then I'll do it, and then I'll be on. Or I gotta take a poop, then I'll be there.
All right. Enough about my shit. Number 1, I put electric.
I have electric.
Okay, good. Glad we agree on that.
We never used to say it a lot. It's very recent, I would say. Like, since we're starting this.
Dude, I swear, it's when we started the podcast, we just started saying it.
I don't know why. I don't know what caused it, but...
I love it, though, and I wouldn't change it, so...
I have become conscious of it now, so probably don't hear it as much.
So it turns out today was a quick episode. We didn't lie, so...
I think a lot of it had to do with your shit connection.
That is very possible. It's not a shit connection. It's shit computer.
That too.
But I'm going to figure that out for next week. So you loading up roulette?
I am. It's the previous one is spinning right now. We've had a lot of reds, although we just had 3
Perfect.
black numbers in a row. All right, so we're going.
Well, if you guys made it this far, thanks for putting up with the technical difficulties there. Our numbers this week. Frankie took 2, 24, and 30. I took 4, 14, and 34. A lot of fours today.
All right, we're going $2 a piece.
Nice.
And we're off.
You don't have to hold it up. I can't see it because I'm on my phone.
All right,
now.
anyways.
There's no shot.
Lightning numbers. We got 7, 11, and 25, all at 100x. So none of them are ours.
Nice. Nothing that we have. But
The ball is in.
Mm-hmm.
Number 12.
Damn.
Not ours.
Man, we are just so due. It's
You know what?
gross.
All right, give me another 3 numbers. We'll run $1 a piece on 3 numbers.
All right, give me 0, 22, and 13. We got a double.
All right, I'm running 0, 11, 13, 22, 23, and then I accidentally clicked in between 27 and 30, so if either of those hit. Oh, and 27's boosted times 300.
Do you think that boosts?
Yeah, I've had it happen
ours?
before. Oh, the ball's in already,
Did
and
you
it's
mean to do-
14.
God. Oh,
We had 11
no,
and
I took
13. It was
14 on
right
the
in between
first
our
one.
numbers.
Oh, my God. All right, don't do
No,
it
we're
anymore.
done.
We're not due. We're ice cold. Don't follow our bets. Don't anything. Well, that's the show. You got anything else you want to throw in there?
No, not really. Dinger Tuesday's cold, so I don't know if I'm going to play it again. Haven't played it in a couple weeks. Golfing sucks
Hey, have a
again
great
this
weekend,
weekend,
buddy.
so don't expect any golf content out of me. That's it.
Fair enough. Have a great weekend, everybody. Let's hit some takes, doors, and tutties. We'll see you next week.
Peace.